Hello there! Well, as you can see, I'm on holiday, and since there's never any rest for the wicked, I thought I'd make a couple of quick videos. In this video, I'll be telling you why I think you might want to consider me as your leader. And I've given this a lot of thought, so please bear with me. The first reason is I have a very good sat-nav in my car. So therefore, if you and I are going to the same place and you don't have a sat-nav, and it's a complicated destination we're going to, you might want to follow me, in which case I would become your leader. The only other reason I can think of why you might want me as your leader is if you happen to be weak-minded, not very good at navigating your way through life, not very good at deciding fairly rudimentary things for yourself and what your beliefs are, in which case I can understand why I might be the man to lead you. But the problem that you have in that scenario, as the moped goes by, the problem that you have in that scenario is that I have absolutely no interest in leading you. And I would actually want to tell you, if you're like that you really ought to figure out a way of leading yourself. We can all lead ourselves. We don't need leaders. And that's why we don't need religion, because religion is all about leading people. You know, using a certain set of dogma as the basis for leading people. I don't think anyone needs to lead anyone. I really strongly believe that. So anybody out there who kind of would look upon me or anyone as being any kind of leader, just ask yourself why that is, why you feel compelled to place all of your trust and all of your decision-making abilities in the lap of another human being when you can do it for yourself. So that's all I have to say on that. I would also, just as a word of advice, urge you to be extremely skeptical of any kind of group or movement that gets set up where the idea is that there is maybe one or two or three people who are predominantly promoting the movement, and it just so happens that the movement's broad aims and goals are the exact same aims and goals as this kind of handful of people who are leading the movement. I think that's an extremely problematic path to go down. If there is a movement or an organisation that is achieving what you want in life, then give it your support. But just be a little bit wary of individuals who seize on that opportunity to try to tell you what your beliefs should be, what your ideas should be, what your kind of almost political view should be, because you're the only person who can figure that out. And you might have views or beliefs that are different to mine. I really don't mind. I don't expect everybody's beliefs and ideas and opinions to be like mine. I wouldn't want to live in a world where I was surrounded by clones of myself. I would find that extremely boring. And that's why I like to surround myself with people who have slightly different ways of looking on things than I do. I mean, obviously I'm not going to hang out with, you know, terrorists or you know, people whose views are absolutely the polar opposite of mine. Just as one example, I happen to be very strongly repulsed by racism, so I distance myself as much as possible from people who kind of buy into that kind of ideology. But when it comes to other things, when it comes to religion or, you know, people who are interested in things that I'm not interested in, I like to surround myself with those kinds of people, because only then can you kind of broaden your own worldview and figure out how other people think, and it's just more interesting. It would be boring if everybody was a clone of you. So again, you don't need a leader. If you do need me to lead you, I have a very good sat-nav. It's a TomTom. Could probably do with a slightly updated map, but other than that, it's great. And yeah, you don't really need a leader at all apart from that. So here's where I'm on holiday. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's on the Croatian coast. It's not far from Šibenik. It's a little town called Vodica. But that's about it for this video, and in my next video I'll be looking at 10 Bible verses that make me cringe. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and as always, thank you for watching.